Y'all, this episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was pure chaos from beginning to end. And I got my whole entire life. These ladies just continue to bring it. Just when you think that the arguments can get more pettier, the shade can get more uglier, the jokes can get more funnier, the references can be more obtuse, the facial expressions, the stupid arguments, everything is just chaotic and it's insanity, but the best form of insanity ever. And this is why Salt Lake City is the best housewife franchise right now for 3 years straight, because these ladies just got the recipe. They got the recipe, baby, and they are cooking. This cast is chef's kiss. It is so good. So this is my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 6 episode 5 review. This week's episode begins with Whitney sending the ladies flower arrangements and inviting them to a telepathic wine tasting, which that alone is like, what in the what so Raven? So the ladies start arriving at this winery, and Mary get out and was looking like, the hell? She said in her confessional, I don't know why Whitney is having something here. The owner unalived his wife and himself on Christmas Day here. Baby, that's all I needed to know. That's why they all was acting crazy, okay? Because people have been running amok up in that place. So Angie comes with this bin and it got stuff in it, and she puts it underneath a table before she goes outside with the other ladies. And I'm like, what is in this bin? What is in this bin? So Bronwyn arrives in this literal flower coat. It's made out of plastic flowers that you could find at the Dollar Tree, right? And I said, well, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, this is a look. And then here come Meredith in this denim two-piece set. It's a jacket and a skirt and matching boots with denim flower appliques all over it. And I'm like, what in the look here? Them boots weren't gonna bother me. She got her boots on the ground. Baby, Mary said that she looked like a walking virus. Child, I screamed because, baby, you could not tell Meredith that she ain't had that shit on. You can't tell Meredith she ain't put that shit on. Now, I know she had to got that from Fashion Nova or somewhere, okay? So Whitney says she gives this speech and talks about how she hasn't been happy since she stopped being this free-spirited person, and how, after everything that happened with Justin getting fired from his job, she basically felt like she needed to tighten it up and be more business-like. And we see where that went. It didn't get her anywhere. The businesses failed miserably, and she want to get back to who she originally was, the real Whitney, which I'm not really mad at or whatever. So she goes on to tell the ladies that she has a psychic coming. And Mary was like, not today, Satan. She was like, I'm not participating in that. So they sit down and start the wine tasting. And Angie tells the ladies that her house is up for sale because she wants to have acres and wants to have horses and a farm eventually. And Brittany then looked up the house, child. And she was like, well, why didn't you reach out to me? I'm a realtor. And Angie was like, well, my godmother's son or whatever is my realtor. Like, and to be honest, I don't really even know you like that. Like, the fuck? Why do you think that she would come to you and ask for you to sell her house, Brittany? It's too many Whitney Brittany's, goddammit. Like, Brittany, I would not trust you with a pen, a piece of paper, let alone my home. Have you lost your ever loving mind? So Brittany is looking over all the details and was like, it's priced too high. It isn't priced correctly. Oh, and it's been on the market for 200 days. Like, that is not a good sign. And it really isn't. If you watch the real estate shows, that's not really good. They've had to lower the price and everything, which is another telltale sign that they overpriced it. But Angie is very defensive, and she tells Brittany that she's fucking clueless.
Shazam!
So as they about to get ready to start arguing, Brittany gets a phone call. She was like, "Oh, Jared is calling me. Hold on, wait a minute, guys. Jared's calling me. My baby, my boo thing." So Whitney was like, "Wait a minute. I thought you said you was gonna do 30 days." And Britt was like, "We're back together." And everybody's like, "Oh shit, here we the fuck go." So Mary was like, "Has it been 30 days?" And Brittany was like, "No, just 24 hours."
Gotcha, bitch.
This lady is literally pathetic. She is so insufferable. Like, you couldn't even make it 24 hours. She literally is the epitome of fuck them kids. If it ain't making Brittany happy, Brittany could care less. It's Brittany, bitch. Like, that's literally her life. It's Brittany, bitch. She don't give a fuck about nobody else. It's give me more. Give me more. Like, that is her life, literally. So, Whitney tells her that Jared actually came over to their house and was talking to Justin and told Justin that he feels like she gets back with him when she wants a vacation or a gift. And Brittany was like, "What?" He said, "What? Oh my God, why would he say something like that? That is a total lie. What?" And everybody was like, "Girl, I would stop talking to him, like, just off the strength of that. Because, like, that's crazy." So after that, Brittany was like, "We love each other. Do y'all, or do you love him? Or are you in love with the idea of him? Because this whole situationship is just so stupid." So then Meredith decides she's going to confront Lisa about allegedly talking about her family. So at this point, I believe it was Brittany who went to go talk to the psychic first inside. So Lisa, in response to Meredith, excuse me, says, "I don't know what you're talking about, but Satan looks like she does," and looks over at Angie. And meanwhile, inside, the psychic Terrence is telling Brittany that, she's basically having issues with her daughters or whatever. And Brittany's like, "He is spot on. Oh my God, he is so spot on." Because, like, how would he know that? How would he? And the producers play back all the times that she said that she'd have put this man before her kids and the back and forth between her and Jared. And I'm like, somebody just give a cookie, a cracker, or something. Jesus. So back outside, Lisa says, "I did not say anything about you to Angie, on God." And Meredith is basically like, "Okay, you saying that you didn't say it. There's really nothing else for me to say about it." But Heather in her confessional is very shocked that Meredith just let it go that easily. Because any other time she would have been going nuts. So you could tell by what she was trying to insinuate is that y'all two in an alliance with each other and made a pact that y'all not gonna turn against each other and y'all gonna have each other's back no matter what. And that's exactly what it is. And I think at that moment, Heather peeped game on what was going on. She most definitely did. And it's kind of like, I know it's what's the word I'm looking for? I know you need well, you don't technically need it, but I know with these housewives it's good to have people that got your back or whatever. But at the sake of my integrity, I couldn't just sit up there and play dumb and play naive or act like I'm good when I know deep down inside I'm good. And I know deep down inside Meredith and Lisa don't even fuck with each other like that. They literally are only friends for the show at this point. Because after everything that has been said and done between them two, girl, bye. So Angie says that she told Meredith this because when Lisa had her assistant come to the shop and pick up the products, it made her feel some type of way because they had said they was, gonna, have a truce. So Angie then was like, you sent me this text message talking about I borrowed a credit card from somebody to go on vacation. Girl, look. And she get to pulling out her Amex. She was like, this is my Amex, black. This is my Amex, black. This is my Amex, black. And Heather in her confession was, oh my God, this is my first time I've ever seen an Amex in real life. But I was like, God damn, but you got 3 black cards? Come on, Angie.
Shazam!
Okay. So meanwhile, she just throwing her Amex cards everywhere. And Heather picking one up, Mary picking them up, Brittany picking them up. And Mary like, don't throw that on the floor, girl. Put that in your purse. Stop throwing stuff. Mary was so disgusted. So Angie and Lisa get the argument back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Angie was like, I'm going to come over there and pull your ears back further than they've been pulled back by your fucking facelift. And Lisa says, oh, you're jealous of my face now? Guys, she's jealous of my face. And Angie says, you look like you've been in a wind tunnel. Y'all, I screamed. I laughed so hard. Because why do Lisa's face do look like she been through a wind tunnel? Oh God, her laugh lines. Woo, Jesus. Do I think she had any work done? Just a little bit, but her face still is wrinkly and in places or whatever. I don't think she had a full facelift, but she admitted it later on in the episode that she did do a little tweak. So they continue to argue as Brittany put one of Angie's black cards in the top of her dress. I said, this thieving asshole. This thieving asshole. And I was like, she better put that shit back on the table. She better had that thieving ass wench. So Bronwyn had went in and got her reading, and it was spot on about the issues with her mother, her mama's health issues, and that, some stuff about to come up with that. So she comes back upset. She wasn't really crying though, but she came back upset. And Meredith peeps in, was like, what's wrong? And she's trying to explain, but Angie and Lisa are still arguing. So Meredith was like, everybody shut up! She was like, Bronwyn, what's wrong? So Bronwyn explains what the reader says, and literally, they gave her 5 seconds of compassion. It was like, oh my God, Bronwyn, I'm so sorry about that. Oh my God. But back to you, you fucking whore. They went right back to arguing. And, oh my God, Angie say, you're such a cunt. Pick up my black card and go to Nordstrom's. And Lisa says, I don't shop there, but you do. Angie said, you don't shop at Nordstrom's. Your boyfriend does for you. And Lisa is like, well, what about the suit man, bitch? What about the suit man, bitch? And I'm like, who is the suit man? There's a suit man? Oh, a suit man. I want a suit man. Is it the Campbell suit man? What's that other suit? Prosecco, whatever. Who is the soup man? I need to know. Is it Panera Bread soup? Who is the soup man? I want a soup man, child. So Angie is like, the soup man? What? Like, this is what I'm talking about, the ridiculousness of these women. You just never know what they're going to say next. So inside, the psychic tells Heather that she's basically having dating problems, and her ass get the... And I was like, girl, we all know you got dating problems, Meatloaf. Niggas see you and they think that you are a trans woman. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, all right? You look like a boy in a dress. So Lisa is asked, when she goes into the reader, why does it feel like she and her husband are rebuilding trust? And she immediately gets upset and starts to cry and stuff. And this was a real moment for her. This wasn't like put on. And the psychic tells her that they need to figure out how to communicate, that they're on different paths and not on the same team, and they need to figure out a way to get back there. And Lisa agrees and says that she feels alone sometimes. So there is trouble in paradise over there with her and John, which would further make me believe that the rumors are true that she been cheating on that man. Very much so. Lisa is the type of woman that wants to be dominated. Her personality is too much. A man like John is so passive. She can say and do whatever the fuck she want to do. He never gonna check her. He never gonna step to her. He never gonna put his foot down. She runs that household, them kids, that marriage, everything, right? And I could see her cheating with somebody that's gonna crack her back and put her in her place. Very much so. But she ain't leaving John because he's the father of her kids. It's against their religion. It's security, with this is a person I've been with all these years. I know him in and out. I ain't got to worry about this, that, and the third. It's comfortable over here. You know what I'm saying? But I can very much see Lisa having her little boy friend on the side. Very much. And it also would explain to me why she's so goddamn miserable. Yeah. So Heather tells Angie that this is who Lisa is and has always been. And you was cool with it when y'all was friends, but now that y'all done fell out, now you done with it. And like that's crazy. You do realize that, right? So she was like, but I've never dug up anything on anyone. And Mary jumps in and was like, yeah, but when she did do it, you accepted it when you were her friend. And I love that Mary held Angie accountable, because this is exactly what I was saying on last week's review, that I did not like the fact that Angie all of a sudden now want to run and tell Meredith what Lisa was allegedly trying to get her to do with looking up information on her family and all this, that, and the third. Don't run and tell her that now. Because at the time, you ain't had no problem with it. Don't run and tell her now that y'all done fell out and now you want to cause problems over there and make somebody else not like her. That's fake. That's fake as hell. And I love that Mary called her out on that, because that is fake. And if I'm married, that's going to make me look at you sideways. Because would you do the same thing to me? Do you know stuff about, was you down with her coming at me about certain stuff and you sat idly by? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't rock with that. So Angie was like, but Mary, you got to hear this. And Mary was like, no, you got to hear me too. I'm talking too. You always want somebody to listen, but you don't ever listen. When she was your friend, you went along with her, Angie. And I was like, ooh. She got your ass, Angie. She got you and she held you accountable. And that's what a real true friend will do, because you're not squeaky clean in this, Angie. You're simply not. You're not. So Lisa comes back and Angie goes inside to talk to the psychic and is told by the reader that, I keep on seeing stuff about a product that you got coming. And she says in her confessional that nobody except for her husband and her daughter and the manufacturers know anything about her sunglass line that she's putting out, which is a very smart idea, like very, very smart. So when Lisa came back and sat at the table, Whitney asked, how was her reading? And she just basically like, it was good. She's very vague about everything. And Whitney is disappointed by this because she feels like, once again, Lisa just refuses to open up and share anything with the ladies, just anything. So Angie returns to the table and Meredith goes inside. And Lisa and Angie get to arguing again. And Lisa is screaming that Angie started it. And she storms away. And so Mary tries to go over and calm Lisa down as Angie goes inside to get the bin. And so I'm like, what is in this bin? So she opens the bin at the table and all the ladies like, Angie, what the fuck? The fuck is this? So she opens the lid and it's all the things that Lisa has given her over the years. It's a horse in there for Electra. It's a unopened bottle of Vita and everything. And so she was like, well, she wanted to get her stuff for me. I'm going to give her back her stuff. So Mary is able to calm Lisa down enough to come back to the table. And Lisa comes back and says that Angie is jealous that she's working with Kerastase. And I was like, we back to the hair products. The hair products, people. The hair products. Kerastase need to be sponsoring this episode, goddammit. So Bronwyn was like, you both have beautiful fucking hair. Who cares? The only person with bad hair here is Brittany.
And gotcha, bitch.
Brittany was like, well, wait a minute. How I get in this? Baby, I screamed. This is why I love this cast. So the reader brings up when Whitney goes in the problems that she's having at home in her marriage. And Whitney in her confessional says Wild Rose Beauty is finally made me feel equal in my marriage. Looking back, Justin showed no interest in it. I didn't realize how much I needed Justin's approval and how much it hurt me that he didn't want to be a part of Wild Rose Beauty. I love Justin, but I also resent him. I don't feel like I can talk to him about these feelings right now. Our marriage is beautiful, but communication is something that we struggle with. And that was really shocking to hear this from Brittany, that she did all of that just to impress him, to get his approval and all of these. And I think that she was honestly trying to make up for the fact that that scene that they did cost him his job. And the reason why she tried to button it up and everything, because that scene was very schmexual. You know what I'm saying? And I think that she maybe felt like a whore. You know, even though it wasn't anything worse about it, she was, you know, having a fun time with her husband. But I think that it was tasteless to do that on camera. You just got to be cognizant of certain things. But I think that I think that it wasn't so much about her trying to get Justin's approval. I think that she was trying to make it up to him for him losing his job and feeling like if I put my all into this and make sure that we're financially straight, he'll forgive me. And then that didn't work. And now they're in a worse position than they were beforehand. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Whitney shines the best when she is her authentic self. And like I said on the episode before last, if she start this stripper exercise business, that's a gold mine. That is her lane right there. So at this point, Lisa is all the way done. She's mad and she storms out and leaves. So as she's leaving, the reader is telling Whitney, you got a snake that you got to get rid of. There's someone that you think of as a friend that you can't trust. Trust your instincts. And as he says that, Lisa walks in and was like, I'm about to go. I said, well, he was right. He was right, honey, because it is obvious that it's Lisa. So Angie's at the table freaking out. She is crying like she has literally blacked out. She has lost it. She's like, I'm not going to be bullied into submission. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let her degrade me. I'm not going to let her talk to me any kind of way. I'm not going to do it. And so she takes the horse that Lisa had gave Electra and she throws it and the leg breaks. And everybody was looking like, what the psychic said came true, because he told her that something is going to happen to a horse. It's going to get injured. And she revealed that her daughter rides horses in June. And she was like, okay, so we're going to have to find my daughter another horse. But he wasn't talking about that horse. He was talking about that horse, because literally 10 minutes later, she broke the legs on the damn horse. And I said, hell no. So, Angie was like, she's trying to make me look bad. Soup, man. And Mary was like, Angie, stop. Like she trying to make her like get back into herself. Like, girl, you're doing the most. Like you tripping. And you could tell that her and Angie made a pact that if they ever fly off the end, the other one will bring the other one down. So Angie was like, I don't even know anybody that sells soup. So Mary says, Angie, calm down. We know it's not true. Like, you are stronger than this. And Angie was like, I am stronger. That's why I'm not going back to this shitty friendship. You've gone back. You've gone back. You've gone back. And so Mary catch on to what she's saying. And she was like, what you say to me? And Angie was like, I said all y'all have gone back. Mary said, I'm going back. I'm done with you. And Mary walks off to get her purse. Like, she is disgusted. She is pissed because, like, how dare you try to play in my face and act like I went back to kissing her ass, which is not the case. Mary just knows that she has a job to do. She don't like Lisa. She tolerates Lisa. Lisa know not to come at Mary crazy, and if she does, she know that Mary gonna clap back at her, right? But she's just not being mean and nasty to Lisa because we are cast members. We have a job to do. We have a show to do. Let's do it. Right? Long as you don't come at me sideways, we ain't gonna have no problems. But for Angie to insinuate that Mary just went back and befriended her and buddy and we girlfriends and girlfriends, that ain't the case. So I could tell that Mary was very offended by that. Like, don't try to play me. Don't even try to put me in the same category as a Meredith or Heather. Cause like never, never, ever is it ever gonna be anything like that. So Mary goes to grab her purse and everything. And she says in her confessional, I'm not gonna be mad at Lisa because you're mad at Lisa. And I got screamed at for trying to bring peace. I would never disrespect her like that. And she also went on to say that she don't like all of that screaming and yelling and fussing and crying like that. That makes her uneasy. And so Mary was like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. So Angie was like, Mary, you have made friends with her after she said horrible things about you. And Mary was like, I'm done with you. I'm done. And so she leaves. She leaves out. And you could tell that Angie knew she fucked up. She knew she fucked up. So Brittany was like, oh my God, Jerry just texted me like 5 times and called me like 10, you guys. Oh my God. So Bronwyn was like, call him. So she called him and Bronwyn was like, did you ever, I think she asked him, did he ever give Brittany money or something like that? So he answers and they get to talking or whatever. And Brown was like, Jared, she's giving you up for Lent. Call her back in May. Bye. It's over. Nice knowing you. See ya. And hung up the phone on him. Child, I said, that's the kind of friend you need, child. I loved it. This episode was a classic. Another classic episode from the Salt Lake City girls. Yeah, this was one for the books. One for the books. It was, an episode is good when production and Bravo dedicate one episode to one scene, one event. That's when you have struck gold. This episode was an A across the board. Like, these girls are priceless. Priceless. Give them all a raise. They deserve it. They deserve it. Okay. I don't think that Mary's gonna be mad at Angie for too long. Because I don't like them being mad at each other. But Angie, you fumbled the ball. You fumbled the bag with my girl. Don't play her like that. Don't do it, Bernie. Don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, this was a phenomenal episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you guys, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.